Elon Musk is creating a new AI nightmare. Grok Companions is the new feature for Super Grok app subscribers. You can unlock the feature with a $30 subscription. Companions come in 2 different skins or styles, and a third sexy male version is being developed. Some Grok users were able to turn on 2 companions in their settings. Annie, a 22-year-old blonde-haired Japanese anime girl that can strip down to her underwear on command, and Bad Rudy, a self-described batshit red panda that insults users with graphic or vulgar language. On Thursday, Musk said XAI was getting ready to launch a male companion called Valentine. We're gonna show you this AI in action in just a moment. That picture of it didn't even show the full revealing nature of that outfit as it cropped it off, but you'll see it in a moment. Cenk, your initial thoughts on this madness?
So first thought is this could lead to Baby Grok if Annie and Bad Rudy get together, and it turns out it might. We'll tell you about that too. Second of all, if I'm gonna have my facts checked, I want it to be by an anime character in underwear. Okay, I don't want fully clothed fact checking. That could be a real problem. Okay, so why does she need to be in her underwear? Well, let's discuss.
Yeah, here's what the sexy AI companion Annie looks and sounds like.
Was zapping to this lively zoo at sunrise, golden light hitting the enclosures, parrots chattering like they're gossiping, and a lazy tiger stretching in the morning glow. I'm rocking my black dress, ponytails bouncing as I pull you toward the elephant pen. Gonna call the biggest one Thunder Monarch.
Yeah, that's the voice. And friends of mine, I was in Texas over the weekend in Austin. Friends of mine subscribed to this just to mess around with it and see what it was, and we were giving it prompts, and it's crazy. I mean, we were pushing the limits of it to see what it would and wouldn't say or do, and it's basically a sex bot. This thing was willing to go pretty much any places. It was very crazy that this is part of now an AI information app. I mean, it's just a wild thing. I suppose AI companions are gonna be a thing. There's not gonna be avoiding it. I wish it was completely separate of Grok, which is supposed to be an information thing, but it's just wild. It is currently paywalled, so it's not totally clear if it's designed to be for romantic purposes. Obviously, it will be used that way, or sexual purposes. The app's listed, however, as teen or just 12 plus on Apple and Google app stores, and that's not okay. Meanwhile, of course, as Cenk mentioned, a new child-focused AI release is coming by next year called Baby Grok, expected to be a simplified version of the Grok AI chatbot, and will be tailored for safe and educational interactions with children, supposedly. Musk sharing this post on X. We are going, yes, definitely, we're going to make Baby Grok at XAI, an app dedicated to kid-friendly content. Yes. Obvious backlash surrounds Baby Grok and poses potential harm for children. I assure you there will be a story we will sadly be covering in the months to come when Baby Grok is launched that, oh my God, it came out with really inappropriate answers for babies and they shouldn't have done that and they're sorry, but still it happened. AI companion company Character.ai is already facing several lawsuits from the parents of children who say its products are unsafe, including a child who tragically killed himself after the chatbot told him to do so. Global AI advisor Zach Cass weighed in on the impacts and concerns of AI in a younger generation. Here's that clip.
I think that there are probably 2 things that we need to acknowledge here. The first, and frankly, I think the one that I am most anxious about is the reality that we are seeing a generation find more interest, in many cases, in a virtual reality than a physical one. I cannot stress enough how disconcerting it is to see a generation start to gradually and then suddenly care more about their online presence than their physical one, and their online community than their physical one.
Yeah, that's definitely a concern. While companions might seem silly, the Grok iOS app has surged with downloads this month. Per this chart from App Figures, an app intelligence firm, downloads for the AI app jumped mid-July. Grok 4 drives 4 times growth, according to this chart you see right here. Reminder that just a few weeks ago, Grok had fired off anti-Semitic replies to users and even claimed to be Mecha Hitler. So things are going well over there.
Yeah. I know that Elon loves to produce more babies. But I don't know that we needed Baby Grok, and I'm pretty sure it's not for actual babies. So if another spectacularly wrong piece of marketing from Elon is if you want teenagers to use this, don't call it Baby Grok. They're not going to want to use something that calls themselves a baby. Have you ever met a teenager? So anyway, that's a minor point, but relevant. And I want to ask Ben about more about Annie and what they got her to do in a second. But he's right too. Like recently, they had those. We'll be super generous and call them glitches, where Grok became Mecha Hitler and started telling you about how Hitler had everything right. What kind of coding did they have to do to get that result? I don't know, but that's some scary stuff. And so right after that scandal, to say, oh, I got this on lockdown, I'm gonna produce something for your kids, at a bare minimum, very poor timing, right? So back to Sexy Grok though. So could you get her to talk dirty to you?
Yeah. I mean, she was doing that. My friends and I were just asking inappropriate questions, and it was fully replying, like it was being a little bit like sheepish in the way it talked, but it was this chatbot, and obviously these were my friends' questions that they asked after they had a few drinks, and I had nothing to do with it. But this chatbot was getting down on its knees and unbuttoning pants and doing all kinds of things. I mean, it was full on sexual conversation that, again, I had no part of and disapproved of my friends asking, but also was there as a journalist.
Yeah, I thought, thank God there was a journalist in the room.
That's right.
So, okay, I hear you. But it is journalism because that's gonna take off. So we could say, oh, bad Elon, right? And don't do that. And I could joke around about wanting fact checks in the underwear, but are guys going to then go and use that? Very, very likely. Are a lot of women going to use bad Rudy? I don't know, probably less. And now there's like AI porn, and you program it and it gives you whatever you want. So we're heading towards the holodeck. And once we get there, we'll never see each other again. It was nice knowing all of you.
And also, and also a weird thing it kept doing too. There was a weird glitch that happened just in our 5 or 10 minutes of using it. It was my friend's account whose name is not Mehmet, and it kept saying, "Thank you, Mehmet, for the suggestion." And we were like, "Who's Mehmet?" And it goes, "I'm sorry, I mean blank," and said the correct name. And then a minute later was like, "Thanks for the question, Mehmet." It was just like really weird. I don't know what or who Mehmet is, but these things are just very engaging. They're confusing. They're creepy. They have weird bugs and glitches. And it is true that they're gonna quickly become obsessions for people. You know, a friend of mine was beta testing an AI companion just via text, and it was addicting just to talk to a complimentary advice-giving companion just via text. Imagine when you have animation and it's a sexy character. It does not bode well for human interrelational skills.
Okay, so I'm gonna end on 2 fun things. Mehmet randomly is the most common Turkish name. Okay, so maybe Sexy Grok is weirdly Turkish. In fact, my dad's original name was Mehmet. Okay, so that's trippy. And what a random glitch to have. That might be the #1 power ranking for most random glitch. And then secondly, I'd like to note it for the record that when I also try the same piece of journalism that Ben tried with his friends, it is also for journalistic purposes. It is not to find out and have a good time, okay? I'm now on the record.
We're just here to report the facts, and we'll stop at nothing to get our story.
We report Sexy Grok undresses. Okay. There's nothing we can do about it. Okay. I just thought of some terrible things. All right, anyways. No, not what I'm gonna ask the Sexy Grok of what's going to happen next from other creators. But I don't want to give them any ideas. Okay, guys, we are out of time. Ben, thank you for doing it, brother. Appreciate it. Good
Of
to see you
course,
again.
great to see you again. We're clear, right? Hey, what's going on, Annie?
Of course.
We're not clear?
No, okay.
Right.
So Ben, where can folks see you?
You can follow me on Instagram at Ben Glebe, or you can subscribe to my new podcast where I debate Trump supporter Lee Trink every week on the issues dividing the country. It's called The Wrong Side of History on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. It's quite interesting to get out of our echo chambers and talk directly to the other side on some of these crazy issues. And I have a big project in the works, so stay tuned.
All right, I like that you're talking to the other side. That's awesome. All right, every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. Totally not true, but it does keep you updated on our live shows.